Okay, well, now we're on media ownership, which just builds off of everything we've already been speaking about. I want to go ahead and re-cue the image of the people that are having their brains inserted, because this is precisely what's happening. Talking about algorithms and things being specifically tailored to a specific audience, a particular thought process. And I really appreciate Jon Stewart and John Oliver's the way they blend both logic and humor. Really appreciate the level of accountability they're able to hold, and at the same time they make it hilarious because it is hilarious how, again, like, desensitized and normalized it's become to not ask questions and to not hold people or entities or corporations accountable. It's so laughable, the things that people can get away with. I mean, it's terrifying how laughable it is. So I really loved in Jon Stewart's bit where he shows the clip where Trump says, "I never said anything about locking her up," and then he proceeds to show multiple clips of Trump saying that, or saying things that are alluding to that, and that he brings up the court system and how the courts are meant to look into the past and build up a case of facts and evidence to hold somebody accountable. And because what kept coming up for me was this confidence where people, even just like your average person, not a politician, can recite a few lines from an article or something that they read or heard in passing that they just happen to agree with, but they're not seeking out the source, they're not seeking out the logic or factual evidence behind it. There's a confidence that's being conveyed, and this confidence is stepping in as fact and reality. That's something that was standing out to me when we're watching Oliver's piece, and he brings up Hyman, and how Hyman's talking about the confidence becomes like a shield against skepticism. And confidence is not truth. I mean, how much stronger is truth when there's confidence behind it? That it's a few major corporations behind the scenes. That's a really small percentage of the population. So there is no actual representation of a diverse and multi-layered and complex life behind the screens. If it's just a few corporations, a few main heads, it's their brains and their messages. I mean, remember those bits in Stewart's and Oliver's videos where they're showing a compilation of many news anchors repeating the same thing? That was crazy, and I loved it too. It reminded me of other propaganda things like COVID, how it was everyone's commercial was changing to like, we're in this together, State Farm and all these other companies, and it's like the message, just the narrative, I'm a hero, I got my shot. So villainizing the people who didn't want it, and then idolizing the ones who did get their shots, and it's like, wow, we're so easily pinned against each other. It also reminded me of the Native Americans and how the fear propaganda that they're savages with what evidence? What evidence? Fear is used as this weapon. And I mean, there's so much. Just the $4 million or was $4 billion that the Sinclair company was shuffling around or needing to pay. The fact that in California alone, it's like 7 million people or something are in poverty and essentially in a poverty trap, yet there are millions and billions of dollars. I mean, that's just in the media. That's just in this one company. So, when you start thinking about like big pharma, and it's scary. So, I mean, imagine if these platforms, these big mega corporation TV broadcasting companies, if they were using their power to uplift the people. Imagine if they were using their power to instill mental, physical, and spiritual well-being through and through teaching people how to empower themselves. The US doesn't have money for housing, healthcare, or education, but somehow billions to control thought and consumption and stimulation. That is, I don't even have words, honestly. It's been going on for a long time, and they know how to move with the times, and we are easily manipulated and influenced. We are, because we want to connect, we want things to believe in, we want purpose, we want to be seen and witnessed, and these companies know how to play off that and create the illusion of connection while they receive profit and control. It makes me think of Monsters, Inc. You remember that movie? And talk about a major corporation profiting off of fear of the exploited children, and then fear of the exploited workers who are afraid of children, thinking they're toxic, but going in there to scare and making it a fun competition amongst their other monsters. And then when one of the kids gets loose in the monster world, everyone's afraid of the kid, this cute little innocent kid. They find out that laughter is actually a great alternative, because now you're not scaring, now you're not lying. But Waternoose and Randall, Waternoose is the head of the company, he even says, once he gets found out for kidnapping kids, he says, I will kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die. I mean, Pixar knows what's up. Pixar be putting those big messages out there for the youth, but such a good representation of what's going on.